Shortly after I moved to Singapore, when I first went to the school, I got bullied. They would steal my books from my bag. When I was changing for PE, they would steal my clothes.
Oh my
Yeah. It was a lot. Yeah,
Can I just say, when there was a Angmo girl in my school, we all nicer to her, you know. Like
Today's situation is bullying in schools. Carla and JK, you guys have kids, right?
Yeah.
We're in school?
No.
Are you guys in...
Him.
yes. So every time my son has like $2 or $3 missing, the first thing in my head, anyone bullying you and taking your money or not? That's what I always think in my head. Yeah.
But is it?
No, it's not. It's not.
Oh,
It's not. He
okay.
actually goes to the bookshop to buy unnecessary things. He needs
Eraser.
financial literacy courses.
Wait, so you thought that someone was bullying
No,
him?
like,
to
that's
get
the first
money?
thing I think of all the time, right?
I see.
That's a good
Yeah.
catch, though. That's a good
Is
catch.
it, right?
Because, yeah,
Money,
some of
right?
my clients would actually talk about how when they were younger in schooling time, they actually had this habit of lending money to
So-
buy friends in a way.
Buying
Buy
friends.
friends?
Okay, hold on. Sorry, let's just introduce our guest. We have we have therapist Hui Wen here on the couch to talk us through bullying in school. Hui Wen, can you just tell us a bit about yourself?
Okay, hi, I am Hui Wen. I've been in the mental health field for about seven years. I've seen kids, adults, couples, families dealing with anxiety, depression, and trauma. I'm invited to talk about bullying. I think that's huge because some of my clients with, for example, OCD or anxiety symptoms, it comes all the way back when they were schooling times. So when we work on experiences or memories, they usually would talk about schooling times when they were students.
Okay, so the reason I picked this topic of bullying today, and I don't know if it's because of my algorithm or what, but I've been seeing so many bullying cases on social media.
I think it's always there, has always been there, but now there are camera phones,
Yeah.
right? The kids get camera phones as
Yeah.
the younger they are nowadays. So it gets captured.
Shortly after I moved to Singapore, when I first went to the school, I got bullied. I was 9, but I was going to go to primary 2. So I was a little bit older than everyone else because obviously the education system was very different. Me looking like this, me and my sister going to a neighborhood primary school, we stuck out like sore thumbs.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously back then was before your Netflix and all that, which means you're so used to seeing someone who looks like you in school. And the moment someone else comes in who looks very different, who speaks very different, who has like very different upbringing, you immediately become a target, right? Because it's the easiest person to now bully, probably because you are projecting something about your own family or whatever. So you're putting it onto somebody else. So
What do they do?
oh my God, they would steal my books from my bag. They would throw things into my locker. They would, when I was changing for PE, they would steal my clothes.
Oh my
Yeah. It was a lot.
horrible.
Yeah,
Can I just say, like, I'm not sure about, like her experience, but when there was a Angmo girl in my school, we all nicer to her, Like
Well, she was very lucky then. I
but
mean,
we were in secondary school, maybe it's different lah.
right.
Like-
I think the younger you are also, the less conscious you are of like being tactful or like just threading the line a little bit more, right? Your kids are just very honest and they say things without filter and it can come across offensive, but they don't think it's offensive. They're just like, oh, but this is my opinion of it.
Right.
And it's only when you get older that you understand how to be delicate and like how to be sensitive to people, right? It's a skill that you only hone through maturity.
So
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
a therapist, do you see the bully or the bullied or both?
Both. I think both.
So who sends the bully to you? That's an interesting
Who
question.
sends the
And these are children.
Yes, these
Or-
are children.
okay.
How old are
Yeah.
usually the case?
Or children and adults, if you want to call it that way.
Right.
Okay.
Bullying doesn't mean that you only be a bully when you're a child, right?
Yeah.
You can be a bully when you're an adult.
So like, let's start with the bully first. So
Bully.
when you see the bully,
Okay.
yeah.
When I see the bully, usually the parents are the ones.
Not the school. The parents will bring.
The school would speak to the parents, and the parents would bring them to see me.
And then what are the
Yeah.
steps? Like, what do you
What
do?
are the steps? Working with kids, we can't bring them to our level of the way we see things. We have to go through their level of the way they see the world, right? There must be a reason why they behave a certain way. So in therapy, we believe that all behaviors serve a function. So the fact that he or she doesn't have to be a he, they are exerting certain level of control or even aggression or violence towards someone, perhaps could it be internally they don't feel in control in their lives. So they're trying to meet that need, internally. So what we do in therapy is to understand what is the function that behavior is serving and what is missing or lacking or unmet. Does he or she not feel heard at home, not feel seen, not feel accepted? I have to, be more aggressive. I have to appear a bit louder to get heard. I don't know. Yeah.
Is most of these bullies
Yeah.
bullies
Yep.
because of their parents? You think? Or no?
Not necessarily.
Right.
Not necessarily. I wouldn't. Not 100% parents, to be honest. I think there's so many factors come to play. A lot of times, I would ask the kid, are you more like your dad or more like your mom? An example, right? You're cringing.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
Oh my god! So scary though, because imagine if your kid goes like my mom, and then for the mom to hear that and go,
I know that.
oh my god,
I know.
it's me. They're copying me.
It's unfortunate, but we are social animals, right? The first people closest to us they are our parents.
Yeah.
So we do have learned behaviors from our parents.
So do you see a pattern of why the bullies are bullies? Like, is it?
I can't say for sure, to be honest. I don't want to generalize this because I don't know how other
Every bully is different.
The clients I see, the common pattern I see is that there's someone at home showing poor stress management. Okay? They don't know how to handle their emotions, or their emotions are being shut down at home.
Let me send.
Does
my wife.
social
Yeah.
media play a big part in like developing a bully?
Okay, some of my clients, they would watch really violent videos, really horror, really gory, a lot of violence.
Yeah.
Playing video games, yes.
Okay.
It would make them feel angry. Like just recently I saw a child and he was showing me the game he was playing.
Okay.
And he was telling me he could feel his heart racing and he's getting angry. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I always tell my son, no, don't. It's a game. Don't do this in real life. I always tell him because he does play games. Where he
So
gets very,
what you're trying to say is if his son becomes a bully, it's not you.
No. It's like my son does play, say, like Roblox. And you know what Roblox is? So Roblox there are many different. There's the fashion Roblox. There's the gardening Roblox, and then there's the fighting Roblox. There's football Roblox. It's basically a game that lets you do anything. And when he plays the so-called violent, like sword games, whatever, I tell him, you cannot do this in real life. Okay, this is just a game. I always remind him. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Like I try my best to remind him.
But can kids tell the difference of that?
I mean, like okay, when he was younger, right? My wife said this to him: someone will kill you if you cross the road without looking.
Okay.
And then he said, "I can respawn."
Oh no!
So like we have to remind him, life is not a video game. Yeah, life is not a video game. Life is real life. Yeah, so
I can
he gets it now.
respawn.
That's terrifying though.
Right
Okay, but kind of spinning off from that, does punishment work? Because obviously when there's an action, there's gonna be a repercussion, right? So I guess to a parent it's like, I told you not to do it, you did it, and now I'm going to punish you for it. Does punishment work or does therapy work more? Like what?
I'm glad that you brought this up because we have this model in therapy called ABC model. So A stands for antecedent, B stands for behavior, C stands for consequence. So while we do some psychoeducation to the child and to the parents, okay, before the behavior, this happened. So most of the time, we change the behavior by changing the antecedent.
Sorry,
right?
what is antecedent? Just to
A trigger.
Ah.
Or a trigger or an event before the behavior. So, for example, this is what I saw as I walked to the bus stop and I saw a mom doing this to the child. So she was, no. She was very anxious. Anxious. Then the child, then she started hitting the mom. So the behavior would be hitting. So what happened before was the mom reacting that way. You see? The kanchongness,
So you're calm, your children will likely be
So it's
more
kind of
calm.
it's like a mirror, right?
Right.
You kind of mirror what you're. what your parent does.
Correct. If you're able to co-regulate with your child, if your nervous system is on fight flight mode all the time, then your children will pick it up.
Are most of the cases physical bullying or cyberbullying? What kind of cases?
Mental bullying.
Yeah,
the-
psychological.
I think the worst one is the silent ones, where the client that still get affected is an adult now, but she would recall the time when out of nowhere, abruptly, all her friends just left. And she doesn't, up to today, she doesn't know why. And
That's
that
silent bullying.
very silent. You don't even know what happened.
Oh my god.
So you can't even correct
I'm
it.
sorry,
you
she must have
can't-
done something. She must have done something. I'm sorry. She must have done something. For the friends to just leave like that.
But she needs to know, right? So to
Oh.
do that without
Yeah, the friends need to, like, if they're really
tell
your
her.
friends, they
Yeah.
need to address it. Like, okay,
Yeah.
if like Jenny, you're a horrible person.
Like maybe she
that's
goes
why we're
and,
leaving.
for meals and then she never pays her share.
Okay, then
You know,
tell her.
right.
Be like, yo, don't
If
be
you're
so
friends,
cheapo.
you should be telling. yeah.
Yeah, why would you just
Or she always
disappear?
orders the extra glass of wine without paying. And people have to pay for her share. You know,
Then
that kind of-
tell her.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, sorry. So silent bullying, I've
Yes.
never heard of this.
Yeah,
This
me
is
too.
actually my
Bullying.
first time hearing.
Or when at times when they feel like, oh, I belong to a group of friends, and then they start spreading rumors about me among themselves without me knowing. And then out of nowhere, I feel like the way they treat me is very different now.
I actually know someone like this.
Wow.
Who it was very unfortunate for her. So she used to float between different friend groups.
Yes.
And by the time she got to me and my girlfriends,
Yep.
like we had heard of her reputation of like that she was always just like she was a friend hopper. And we were like,
It's a friend hopper.
yeah,
a friend slut, if you will.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like a hop
And-
on off of
and-
bus at the Suntec.
Yeah, so obviously our first reaction was, what's wrong with her? How come so many of her friends like don't want to hang out with her?
Right,
Like how come
right.
they all dropped her at one point? And we were like, okay, you know what? She seems nice. Let's just hang out with her. And then we found out that actually she's a super nice person.
Yes.
But it was these groups of friends who were just very cliquish, and once she comes
Yes.
in, they still see her as an outsider. And the
Yes,
moment she gets
yes.
too comfortable in the group, they feel threatened
Yeah.
that like, oh my God, she's gonna be permanent. Let's oust her first. And then she till today doesn't have any best friends, which is so sad if you
It's
think
very
about it.
sad.
Like as
Yeah.
a 30-something-year-old, you constantly think, I need,
wrong with
I,
me,
I need to be really sensitive about my around my friends, because what if they get offended and then they drop me? And I'm like, oh my God, then you never really have any friends like that.
Y'all be
Women are so
crazy.
toxic.
women are very petty. Yeah, honestly, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I would say it's, and I hate to be that person to say this, but I think it's very common. in
Yeah,
female
it
friendships.
really is.
Yes.
And they like to like gossip about each other, and you're like,
Yeah.
are we not friends? What are we doing? Yeah, it's not nice.
Not nice. Yes.
Not nice. So it does happen with adults
Yes.
though. That's the sad thing. Like
Yes.
you would think that it's something you get out in your youth
No. It stays with you all the way until
because it
you're
becomes
adult.
habitual, I think. And
Not just that, there's an ingrained core belief that I don't belong. I don't fit in anywhere. Something is wrong with me. So
Did we talk about how we help the bully, like not bully? Did we talk about that?
no, we didn't.
Yeah.
No, we
So-
we can get.
Because we're
to
talking
that.
about the ABC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Oh,
so
you
how-
remember what
yeah,
then?
yeah. So
Okay.
what do we do?
What
for
do we
the
do?
Bully.
We want to find that unmet need, right? So, for example, if he or she, they felt neglected at home, like mom and dad working all the time, I'm with the helper, I'm with the grandma who couldn't hear me, then sometimes they act out. Sometimes they need that. Having bad attention given is better than having none. I would rather you pay attention to me. So that I could be heard. I exist in your eyes, so that I could be acknowledged. Yeah, sometimes just working through that and also working with the parents actually help address the situation, and also of course educating what is healthy coping mechanisms and not beat people up. Go to a martial art class or something.
okay, then going back to JK's first
Yep.
question,
Right.
which was about seeing the signs. How can you see these signs from both sides of like how can you identify early signs of bullying in your child and of being bullied if it's your child?
Being bullied and being
Being
the
a
bully.
bully.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I think, I'll talk about the more obvious ones would be the school withdrawal, like a little bit more apprehensive going to school, the one being bullied. socially withdraw, become really quiet. So you notice a change in the behavior or something's off. You could sense something's off. And when you ask what's wrong, your child would respond, it's okay, everything's okay. I think kids being kids, they're very sweet. They just don't want their parents they don't want to burden the parents, they want to worry their parents, right? So they don't really tell them what's wrong. Yeah. So that withdrawing, and if you notice some marks or money missing, like what you were saying, textbooks, scribbles on a textbook, or books, or pens or pencil missing. So these are good signs. Yeah.
How about like if they say like, Mom, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to school today.
Yeah.
Is that like a...
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up this point, because sometimes I work with a psychiatrist, and a psychiatrist would refer me clients, and the clients are, some of them, they have what we call, I have never heard of this. He told me this, school phobia. They don't want to go to school. I have this client.
That was me.
Oh my.
I made myself so sick. I couldn't go to school for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Because you're
Yes,
just
they keep
so
MC.
anxious. You make yourself sick. Like I would have a really high fever because you
Yes.
cannot sleep. You're thinking about school the next day, and then you cannot sleep. Then the next day you're like hot. You're super hot, and my mom was always like, "You're such a healthy child. How come suddenly you just started school and now you just like cannot go to school?"
Yeah.
And
a
that's
question.
how she
Yes,
discovered
yes.
it.
This one client that I remember, she has missed school for 1.5 years.
Wow.
What? How old is she?
She's supposed to take PSLE last year. But she retained. She just couldn't go to school. Too anxious. Too anxious.
Because she was being bullied.
Yes.
So what the parents like are okay with it?
No, of course not. They're really helpless. They felt really helpless,
Right.
powerless, because they just don't want to push the child too hard,
Right.
because they're worried about what if my child kills herself,
Right.
kind of thing, right? So they have to. That's why they sent her to see me.
Right.
Yeah, so we have conversation. She was really, really shy because she kept herself in a room without talking to anyone.
Are schools doing enough? So I know that there is this comprehensive action review against bullying,
Right.
which started this year.
Okay.
But a lot of the recommendations are expected in the first half of 2026. So it's basically improving school culture, enhancing values, basically to foster empathy, blah, blah, blah. Do you think it's enough? Or is there like a root cause of the problem that we're not addressing?
Root cause. I think a lot of them is academic stress. I think.
Academic stress. Okay.
Yes, PSLE, right?
Yeah.
So most students, I think parents of PSLE students are more stressed than the student themselves.
I'll let my wife do the stressing for that one.
Yes. Is it enough? I can't say. I don't think I'm in a position to say. But if I were to roll out, I would try to get it almost compulsory to get students to speak to a counselor, speak to anyone, a school counselor especially, like once a month for everyone.
You're saying it's like this academic stress that's causing the
Yes.
students to sort of like lash out.
And the culture of like, you need to get good grades to go to good school, to get this point system. If not, you're gonna go to technical school and an NA kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay,
So it's,
okay.
it's hard because the culture is as such, right? It has formed for generations. So it will take time to reform.
And I mean, that's the reputation that Singapore has built for itself also,
sure,
right?
for
Like,
sure.
Yes.
like anyone who leaves Singapore and goes for higher education outside, when they find out you're from Singapore, they're like, oh, you come from a place that like
Yeah.
the academics is really
Legal.
tough, which is why when you go overseas, you're like, oh my God, so easy. Like, we don't have
They're
exam
all
till the end of the year. Like, that's unheard of for us. It's like
Yeah.
mid-year, end of the year,
Yes.
every year, you're so used to always having to be prepared. You don't have a
Yes.
downtime at all.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During school holidays, you have to study so that when you come back, you don't fall behind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Stress.
crazy. So I came from Australia before coming to Singapore, and
Right.
and I loved the culture there because it was like when it was exam period, it was exam period. Everyone was kind of focused. But then once the exams were done, it was like all of your subjects were now geared towards other things. So you would have farming, you would have okay, we're gonna do a crystal making thing now. So for the next 2 weeks, all we do is make crystals. That's it. And it was all about like discover. Yeah, right. Like what a strange subject to have, but at the same time, I still remember it till today because it was like, okay, what are you interested in? Okay, Carla's interested in crystals. This week, all we're going to do is study crystals. So you feel like, oh, my interests are now going to...
Being to apply, right?
Yeah.
Applying the knowledge, right?
But you cannot say that there's no bullying because there's bullying there too.
I'm
Like,
sure there is.
There's like, there's bullying everywhere.
I'm sure there is, but at least it doesn't stem from...
The education.
Yeah, the anxiety of always being on edge because you have outlets now.
Right.
You have the expectation that you have to do well in the school because if not, it's on you. But at the same time, okay, when it's playtime, it's playtime. You get to be a kid. You get to still have fun
Yeah.
in a school setting, and you should enjoy going to school. If you spend so much of your days in school, why can it not be as wonderful and as inviting as your home?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be excited?
It
to
should
go
be
to
your
school?
second home because
It
you spend most
should.
of your time there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everything there is going to influence you. Everything. Your
So-
teachers, your friends, your everything. I'm so sorry. Go on.
okay.
I'll keep
No, I
quiet.
wanted to ask about the girl. So the 1.5 years no school, is she back already or
Yeah. She went
she's
back.
finished PSLE or?
Yes, she managed to finish.
All right.
Yeah.
Good
And then
for
did she
her.
do okay?
Yeah.
All right. See, if you have kids, with
Were her
issues,
bullies,
look for
were her
therapists.
bullies confronted? Were they reprimanded?
I think the parents had a conversation. The parents had a conversation with the other party's parents.
Okay.
So trying to I did it.
Okay.
So
See, there are things that like I mentioned on my Instagram a few weeks ago. There's things that were done last time that can't be done anymore, right? Okay, the year was 2001 or 2002.
Did you get slapped by
Not
a
me.
friend's parent?
No. So my cousin was being bullied in the school bus.
Okay.
My cousin was in primary school.
right.
And so my mom went to the primary school, waited at the school bus, and when the bully came to the school bus, my mom took the boy out and did this to his shirt, right? Half his shirt was torn apart. And said, "Don't ever bully my nephew again."
Yeah.
Bullying stopped.
Yeah, you know what? You see, I think I'm that kind of person. I don't think, I mean, I love what you do,
No worries.
but I don't think I have it in me to be the bigger person at that point.
it's okay.
You know?
But you can't
because-
do it now. You go jail now.
Oh,
Cannot.
it would be
Not
worth
jail.
it,
Or
dude. I
someone
would
will,
go to jail.
Someone would record that and put that on social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah, but I mean,
There
like,
is
if
no
you
way.
see, I can't imagine these parents that come to you and how helpless they feel.
Yes.
Because imagine looking at your child who you have spent years protecting and like trying to nurture, and then you like, okay, I will put you here thinking that you're gonna make friends and like have fun, and then
I think that's why it's important to build a very solid sense of self in the child so that they know that if I get yelled at, it could be because the person is having a bad day, not because of me. They don't personalize it. So it's important for them, I feel, to have a secure sense of self.
Someone said something recently. Was it one of our guests? I can't remember. Where when you shout or scream at a child, they don't remember what they did wrong as much as they remember how they felt.
oh, the dad,
Yeah.
stay home dad.
Right? Is it him?
Yeah. Who was angry when his daughter was
Was
like
late.
3 minutes
Yeah,
late
yeah.
to
Right,
get
right.
into the
Yeah.
car,
Yeah.
and he like exploded, and it was something so small, and he felt terrible.
Doctor
about
probably remembers how she felt
Yes.
more than
Rather than the actual
Yeah,
incident.
absolutely.
So then it's not even like a learning
No.
sort of incident. So if I was a parent and my child was getting bullied or is a bully, at sort of like what stage does it become serious enough that I need them to see a therapist?
I think we need to look at the duration of certain. Usually, there's some symptoms coming up, right? There's some telltale sign that you can sense something. Depends how, I guess, attuned to you are to your child, right? If you could sense something is off, that's the starting. Maybe sometimes we all can have mood swings, right? But if it's more than 2 weeks, I think it's something is worthwhile to get it checked out. And
1 in 2 weeks of what? Sorry.
Of bullying.
Oh, okay, okay.
so
Like
those
behavior.
symptoms coming
Ah,
up.
okay.
Yeah. So, and also if there's any shifts in behavior, like, for example, used to be, for example, quite clean or quite neat in the writing. Suddenly the writing becomes very, very messy. You could be expressing something, right?
What are some of the signs of like if your child is the bully?
Suddenly got $10 in the wallet.
Yeah, he got like a lot of cash. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
I think bursts of anger. You can look at the child and look at the way they handle stress, the way they handle a mistake, the way they when they get angry, how do they act out?
Got a
Yeah.
very strange question.
Yes.
Are you a parent or? No, it's not related. Okay, so
Why?
no, the reason why is because I wanted to ask her. So if you and I have a
okay,
bigger
okay.
sample size of answers.
Okay. Go.
Would you rather be the parent
scared.
of a bully or a bullied?
Bullied.
You know what I mean? Like, which one make you feel worse? I don't know, man.
Worse?
Like, which one makes you feel worse? If your son is a bully or
I would
a
feel
bully?
worse if my kid was a bully.
Yeah.
Because I would feel like I
responsible.
failed. I failed. Now
okay.
I have
yeah,
directly failed.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Whereas if my kid was a bully, you didn't know any better. Now I have to teach you how to be able to handle these situations.
Like if your kid's bullied, it's not your fault.
I think if my kid was a bully, I would just feel very sad.
Yeah.
Of like,
Agree.
what did I do to give you the impression that this was okay?
Yeah.
I agree.
I would really like have to reflect.
I think what parents can do is to model the behavior of drawing boundaries, learning how to say no when it's not okay.
Yeah.
Like show the kid that it's okay to say no. You can stand up for yourself. You don't have to people please all the time. You don't have to make people like you.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you see
Yes.
the parents
Yeah.
in your cases,
Yeah.
which parents seem sadder?
So
The bullied parents or the bully's parents?
the child who was being bullied said sometimes, okay, don't quote me please,
Right.
because I'm generalizing here. I saw a parent who's quite arrogant, like, my son didn't do anything wrong, yeah, but he's the bully.
Oh,
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so my question then is, when you do see the parents of either the bullier or the one being bullied,
Yeah.
do you see similarities in like the kid who is the victim, and then you look at the parents and you see similar traits and you're like, I see where they got it from. And likewise for the bully, similar traits from the parents. Yeah, I can see how that.
I don't.
No,
Yes,
but no.
but
Please,
but
please
yeah.
just be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but not entirely, right? Because there are other factors such as it could be this child was being groomed in school by another teacher, for example. The child has to appear quite quiet. If you tell this to your parent, I'm going to, kind of thing. So that could happen. So not entirely on the parents. There are so many factors.
Right.
Yeah, but parents, yes, I do see similar traits.
Yeah.
Is it very common for the children to be like bullied in silence? Like they don't say anything about it. And they
I've
just
got I think they come to a limit, right? They've come to a limit where I can't take this anymore. I need to tell my mom or dad. So, but the sad thing is when they did, if the parent says, "Oh, you're thinking too much. Oh, you're being sensitive. Oh, you're being a drama queen,"
oh no.
they have learned to just, I won't come to you to share my problems anymore because you're
Yeah.
not on my side,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh dear.
How is it like for you though to take this on a daily basis? Like, does that get hard for you as well? And obviously
yeah.
you have your limits, right, of how you can
course.
help them. And if you do see an injustice, you also know you cannot overstep your boundary to meddle. Right?
So I guess in counseling, one of the code of ethics that we have with Singapore Association for Counseling is that we have to watch our boundaries. We can't get too emotionally attached. We are holding space, and there's no, we can process it with our own supervisors, or we do some reflection or meditation after, but we are there for our clients. So I think that's important.
So okay, so for the cases of a child being bullied, do you advise them to kind of like stand up to the bully, or it's more of like what you do is sort of help them deal with the situation?
We want to get there, but from 0 to 1 is hard.
Yeah.
So we can do baby steps, such as you can go to a teacher or go to a friend first if you don't want to go straight to the teacher, because they're afraid the teacher will contact the parents. So they start to tell a friend, and sometimes the friend would step in to help them to tell the teacher, the kind of thing. So small steps. I've this adult close to 40 years old. She was telling me about an incident where there's this bully in school kicking her chair all the time, and then stood up, and then the handle of the chair hook on the skirt, so the whole skirt came up.
No.
So it's very shameful experience. So when we were doing therapy and we were processing that episode, she had to I got her to enter the experience or memory as her current self to protect her younger self. Yeah.
From a therapy standpoint, it's very like internal. I mean, you're
Very
helping
internal,
them.
very intangible. You can't
Yeah,
see it.
it's intangible, but
Yeah.
as a therapist and someone who deals with a lot of these cases,
Yes.
is there anything that you wish would happen more in schools to sort of prevent these cases from even happening in the first place?
I think the first thing I see MOE teachers as well. I think one thing that really stood out to me is how burnt out they are. One teacher, there are so many students in one class.
Yeah. The
They
ratio
can't.
is...
Yes, the ratio is crazy.
And their hours are horrible, no? Like they start at they wake up 6
5,
plus,
5,
all the way up to
yeah,
5 to
this-
6, 7.
Yeah.
After school, mark papers and all that.
Yeah.
Thankless job.
So, because parents were thinking that I don't want to go to a local school, international school is better and stuff like that. But I think it's actually not, because it's the ratio. If the teacher and student ratio is more balanced, then the teacher can actually see what's off in a student.
What's the ratio at the moment?
1 to 40, I think. Usually,
40?
Yes. Crazy,
I think
right?
they're trying to change
Yeah,
it.
I'm
It's like
dying
1
with
to
one
20
kid at
or
home. I
something.
can't imagine 40.
So I
and
mean-
just a few classes.
So they're so burnt out basically that if they were
Yeah.
to catch cases of bullying, they'd kind of let it slide a little bit.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
It's easier to close one eye when you are exhausted
Yes,
Yeah.
you're so tired.
because you have no capacity to
And there's a lot of
even take on
paperwork,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
So if that's one thing I would like to see change in the school system is that.
Okay.
What is the light at the end of the tunnel? When these people
Very
come
good
to
question.
therapy, is it like, do you hope at some point they
Yeah.
leave and you don't have to see them? Or is it like a, no, let's keep this up kind of thing?
I remember when I was in Monash, my lecturer told us the whole class this. Our job is to work ourselves out of job. Right?
That's so nice though.
because
Yeah.
yes, of course, to work ourselves out of job. But I do on my end is a bit like I think they need some maintenance sessions,
Yeah.
but not as regularly as it was before. What at the end of the tunnel, to answer your question, is for them to have a stronger sense of self. How would that look like? Would be like the ability to appear more authentically to themselves. They are kinder instead of being so critical, having high expectations of themselves. They're able to have a more reasonable expectation, being more forgiving of themselves. They're allowing themselves to show their emotions instead of holding it in and not telling people. They're able to communicate better. Yeah, they're able to be more okay to be themselves. Yeah.
I think it's great though that like
Yeah.
therapy is so much more accessible now.
Oh yes,
And
yes,
like
change.
and accepted, right? Now it's
Yes,
like you tell
yes,
someone you're
there
going
is a
for
shift.
therapy, they're like, awesome.
Yeah,
How's
right.
it going? Whereas back then it was like you're going for therapy. Dude, don't tell people that. There's
Yeah.
something wrong with you if you're going
Yes,
for therapy.
yes,
you know?
yes.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask, can you CDC voucher or how expensive?
Can or not?
Is that? How
I don't
expensive?
know. I tried. Cannot apply. I tried. Cannot. Yeah,
But should
I
be able
tried.
to, right? I mean, if you think about it.
Thank you so much,
Oh,
Hui Wen,
thank you.
for coming
Thanks
on
for
the
having
show.
me.
On a more serious note, if you are a bully, I will come and find you and I'll cyberbully you.
I will
Please
come and
stop
find
it.
you.
Don't do that.
Please stop it. I'm kidding,
do
I'm
that,
kidding, I'm kidding.
Tanisha.
I'm kidding. Please stop it. Seriously. But if you are being bullied, there are people that you can see.
Yeah.
There's your teachers, your parents, and professional people that can help.
And if you are bullied, there are also people you
Yes.
can see
Exactly.
to help.
Yes.
Don't do stupid things.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. This was the Situation Report. We will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.
See ya.
Kaki.